It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Lakers going up against the Portland Trail Blazers. For Portland, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. And tonight we have 2 up-and-coming teams. Lots of talent, but also a lot of inexperience. Shaq, the youngsters looking forward to this battle. How do they keep their emotions in check?
Well, emotions can be positive, Ernie, if you play under control. Because if you get out of control and start doing crazy stuff, it just goes crazy. But both coaches will work hard to keep their players focused.
You got to stop that.
Yeah, man. Well, it's fun to watch the future of the league. And I want to see which guy separates himself and says, I'm going to be a dominant player in this league. A dominant player. That's why I love this.
If you do that again, I'm going to have to put my fist down.
Does nothing, Ernie.
Whoa.
Does nothing.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
I never want to waste your time. My mind. So precious, it's yours, it's mine. And look at the time, my God. So precious, it's yours, it's mine.
Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche La NBA, the NBA's celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber, Greg Anthony on our sideline, as reporter David Aldridge. And a bit of a treat for all our fans out there, the one and only Kobe Bryant's going to join us for this portion of the broadcast. Kobe, what a great honor to have you with us. Thanks for stopping by.
No, happy to stop by. Thanks for having me.
You might have a career in broadcasting, though.
I'm good. I'm good.
No chance, huh?
No, thank you.
I'm glad we've got you tonight. So for the Lakers, their last game, a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And that's what can happen on the road. You have to be aggressive and try to disrupt them out of their normal routine.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, I never thought about it until I hurt my back. Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said, I realized that I liked that side of the game. And Kevin, he succeeded Phil Jackson as head coach of the Lakers. Back to you.
It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. And with all the different technological advances in the league, you see a lot of player and coaches now reviewing clips and tablets and a lot of film sessions. I know you used to study a lot of the league's videotapes. How much easier is film study now, say, from the time in the late 90s when you got in the NBA?
It's so much easier.
Really?
Oh, my God. When I used to get in the hotel rooms, you used to have to call the front desk, and they used to roll up the TV on the wheels.
With the VCR machine.
With the VCR connected
right.
to it, right? And I have to have all of these tapes, and you got to put the tape in, and you got to rewind it, and you got to fast forward it, and you got to rewind it.
Yeah.
Now it's just everything's right there in front of you, right? And it's very easy to skip and go to the next game, and then jump back to the game before, or fast forward to the fourth quarter. I mean, it's so easy now.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers, Lillard and McCollum, the star-studded backcourt. Vonleh's out there with Turner, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. You know, Kobe, the league seems to be moving away from isolation basketball, sometimes called hero ball, in favor of more ball movement, more of a fluid offense. What do you make of that trend?
Well, I think it's the right thing. I mean, if you look at the way the Knicks played, for example, when they had Bradley, Busher, Phil was coming off the bench.
Well, you are a historian. You love the history of the game, don't you?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I can just tell working with you.
Yeah. Holtzman was coaching. You had Frazier out there. I mean, they moved the ball. I mean, everything was predicated on ball movement, as was the Celtics with Fred Auerbach. And then in the 80s, things changed a little bit. You start going to more isolation ball, where guys would post deep. and force the double coverage to come all the way down to him, and then you start moving the ball around. Now you start seeing a spread offense where the ball's moving again like it was when the Knicks were playing and the Celtics were playing. And so, I think it just depends on the style of defense that you're seeing and the personnel that you have. I think that determines your style of play.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Kobe, you got to play against some great defenders in the NBA like Draymond Green of Golden State and others. What are some of the things that, I mentioned Draymond Green, that he does as a player that you think separates him from the rest of the defensive guys in the league?
He does his research. He does his homework.
You can tell.
Oh, yeah. You can tell. When you watch him play, he puts himself in position before the offensive player even attacks. And how does he know that? Because he's watched the film. He studies. He knows the player's tendencies. And so when you mix in the research to go along with his frame and the quick hands and the foot speed, then you have a defensive player that's a force.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Kobe, a big part of the talent evaluation today is the psychological impact and that aspect, which I think will lead teams toward one prospect over another. If you were looking for personality traits in players and you were making that decision for a team, what trait would you value the most in a player?
No, curiosity. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's curiosity.
Why so?
Because curious people will always ask why things work or don't work.
And you were a big why asker.
You have to, because that's the only reason you win, is when you can figure out why things happen or didn't happen. Right? If you lose a game, a curious person won't point the finger. A curious person will say, well, why did we lose? Instead of just saying them. Right. They're going to go back and check the film and ask questions. Okay, why did we mess up there? Why did we blow that coverage there?
The Lakers in the lead. Here's Ball. No good on the three. And in the history of the NBA, only a handful of players have lasted 20 seasons. Kobe, you played all 20 with the Los Angeles Lakers, an NBA record for seasons with one team. What does it mean to just having worn that Laker jersey your entire career?
Well, it's a huge honor. I've always been a massive Laker fan, even when I was a kid. And so I never dreamed that I'd actually be wearing the golden armor for my NBA career. So to be sitting here right now, having played 20 years, is literally the coolest dream that could have ever happened to any kid happened to me.
And I don't know that it'll happen again. The way the league is structured now, the money, the free agency, even though you had a chance to leave a couple times, you always chose to stay.
Well, yeah, it's loyalty is a word that you hear thrown around often. But in this day and age, it's very tough to see in sports, because of the cap, because of, the free agency market and so forth and so on. So I've been very, very fortunate to have a great organization and to be able to have played 20 years of my career here.
And the first one drops. And over the course of your career, Kobe, 5 NBA championships. Are there any of those that really stand out among the 5 that you accumulated?
The last one, beating the Celtics. That was the hardest one by far to get.
Why so?
Well, we're going into Boston now with the series tied 1-1. And Boston is absolutely excited about having this split and going home now and having 3 games at home, thinking that the series was not going to come back to L.A. And so that was an interesting playing flight for us. And then to go out and get the very next game, just to go down 3-2, coming back to L.A. And then to finally pull out that series after being down 15 in the fourth quarter against the Celtics. Not getting better than that.
Now, here's Ball. 14 points from him the last game against San Antonio.
Yeah, but what about the passing? Crisp, decisive. He racked up a ton of assists, impacted the game in a number of ways.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Kobe, your spectacular high school career at Lower Merion High School in Philadelphia, in that Philadelphia area, paved the way for your NBA career. Talk about some of the highlights of your days in high school.
Well, my days in high school were fun. I played at a small high school called Lower Merion High School, so not too many people heard of it. When you come to Philadelphia, the schools that you hear of are Overbrook, where Wilt Chamberlain went to school, Bartram, right, where Earl the Pearl Monroe went to school, right? But you never heard of little old Lower Merion High School, right? So it was a huge honor to be able to bring a state championship to Lower Merion and kind of put Lower Merion on the map, and that's the most exciting part about it.
Oh, a terrific story indeed. A huge honor, I'm sure. Here's Barnes. That one a little long.
Everything he is throwing up has been off. He needs to find his groove, and soon.
So last season, Kobe, one of the closest MVP races we've had in a long time, came down to Westbrook and Harden. Who did you think was going to win before the results came out, and why?
Yeah, I didn't even stop to think about that because they're both like little brothers to me. So even though I could sit there and say,
LA
okay,
kids too.
Yeah, I know them both extremely well, and they're both extremely deserving of it. So I refuse to split it.
Yeah,
you know, they're both my guys.
And different kinds of games, and both sensational individual players.
Yeah, they're just phenomenal. I mean, they can do so many things in the game, and now I think the next progression for them is to be able to dominate the game off the ball just as much as they can dominate on the ball, right? Because in the playoffs, the defense has a hard time finding them.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Punch, counter punch. Neither club's been able to sustain an advantage.
Now, here's Ball. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Caldwell Pope kicks to Barnes, and he makes good on the layup. And to have the ball in your hands at all times, always bringing it up. It's exhausting, though, right? That's what they say.
But
now,
they
for
see
you,
the defense sees you, right?
Yeah.
So if you're handling the ball, the defense has eyes on you at all times. You're here. You're right in front of the defense. When you don't have the ball, you're moving behind them. Curry moves behind.
All the time.
He'll bring it up, pass it, and now he's running off the screens behind the defense, right? And it's hard to find him.
Rip Hamilton the same way
Rip
when he
Hamilton
played.
same way.
I know.
Jordan, flare picks, down screens, slicing into the post,
Yes.
right? Coming up to the pinch post. All those operational things take place behind the view of the defense.
Another miss by Nurkic.
That's a great job to converge on him inside and prevent that easy look.
Ball with a wide open look. Here's Caldwell Pope. That shot off. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yeah, I'm with you. Disgraceful performance and an issue that might be tricky to fix.
Now here's Barnes after the miss from Damian Lillard. Caldwell Pope kicks to Bogut. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. 5 to shoot. Portland grabs the miss.
He's still looking to get into a groove this quarter.
And Kobe, you played for a handful of coaches during your career. When you look back on it, was there one coach you wished you could have played for but didn't have maybe a chance to play for?
Greg Popovich. That's an easy one for me. Although I did play for him in several All-Star games.
Yes, you did.
And one particular All-Star game in practice, he came up to me and said, okay, do you want me to just kind of go through like a whatever practice, or do you want me to do the real thing? I said, Pop, you got to do the real thing, because I've been dying to see what really goes on inside these Spurs practices.
Oh,
so you
my
gotta,
gosh.
You got to give us a real practice, man.
Yeah.
And he did. And Tim just kind of looked at me and was like, dude, seriously.
What are you doing?
Come on, you're killing me.
So what was a Popovich practice like for you, and how did you try to set the tone?
It was high energy, and we moved from drill to drill. It involved a lot of passing and moving and spacing. And so all of the shooting, it wasn't any individual shooting. You know, all the individual shooting took place within a 5-man offensive structure, of ball movement, of passing and cutting, and all of a sudden your shot comes here in the corner, and then you slide up to the next line, and you dribble, penetrate, and kick it, and then you slide to the next line, dribble, penetrate, kick, right? So it involved constant movement where you're constantly training and conditioning the body that you're not just going to pass and stand and be a participant, right? You're going to be involved into that, in the action. You're not going to be a passive participant.
And after 20 years in the NBA, Kobe, you were able to play with so many teammates. Can you make a short list of some of your favorites over the years?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Pau Gasol for me. Derek Fisher.
And a quality person.
Yeah. I mean, just the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah, right.
You know? And Derek Fisher, Ronny Turiaf, who's one of my all-time favorites. Lamar Odom, Shaq, obviously, Robert Horry, Rick Fox. I mean, I've been very fortunate to play with some great teams. Horace Grant, AC Green. I mean, the list goes. Ron Harper. I mean, I can go on and on all day long. Brian Shaw. I mean, I was very fortunate to have some really good teammates.
No good on the second free throw. Kobe, there are a lot of great guards and wings in the league right now. When you look around, are there any that remind you of the way you played, or maybe are approaching, going down that road and say, I want to be like Kobe Bryant? I watch a lot of his tapes, much like you did when you were growing up.
Yeah, well, Isaiah has a hunger and a thirst for the game, and he's not going to stop. He's constantly curious. He's constantly
His
working.
size makes him a different kind of guy, though.
Isn't that
doesn't it?
unbelievable, though?
It is shocking.
That's unbelievable. But he can finish at the rim. He can shoot the long ball. He can pull up left and right. You know, he has great physicality and a great body about him where he can punish bigs at the rim. And the other is Kawhi. I mean, when I watch Kawhi play, I'm just looking in the mirror. You know, the moves, the positions on the floor.
So glad you said that. I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and it's a great, great feeling because, you know, I'm sure Michael felt the same way. Right, when he retired and he watched me play, you're seeing the same spots. You're seeing a person who studied the person that came before, and there's no need to reinvent the wheel when the wheel's already been created. You just put it on a different car.
Well, you know, he has been guided by his coaching staff to watch you and Michael Jordan tape, and
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what he's done.
Yeah, well, we've connected. We've talked about this stuff before in the past, and again, he's a curious kid.
And all business.
Yeah, curious. He steps out on the floor. He's all business. There's nothing funny. There's nothing silly going on. He's here to do his job, and he's here to help San Antonio win games.
Kobe, you were a player who lived in the gym. What motivated you as you go back and look at all those hours you spent in the gym to do that, to follow that path?
I loved it. I loved the game. It wasn't a matter of working hard. I didn't realize I was working hard until like my second or third year in the league, when I realized here in the NBA, a lot of players don't do that.
Right.
It was kind of a big shock to me. Like, I assumed everybody in the NBA
just worked hard.
Yeah, but to me, it wasn't hard work. It was like, I love doing this. Like, there's no place on earth I'd rather be than be here in this gym with a basketball and a hoop.
But the greats are always the hardest workers, aren't they? I mean, right? Have you ever seen a great player who is not the hardest worker on their team?
No, I've seen players have great seasons, and and then the next season it's not so much,
right.
And then they have another great one, and the consistency isn't there. The truly great players love what they do, and that looks like hard work to the outside world.
Did you enjoy playing the game? There was so much you put into the game, but did you enjoy the game?
I did. I enjoyed the game. I loved playing, the competition and all that, the getting ready and all that. But I enjoyed practice more.
Did you?
I did. I enjoyed training and practice more than I did the game.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. And a quick look at how things have been since the All-Star break, checking out the three-point shot ratio for the Lakers.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Here's Napier, guarded by Barea. McCollum with the screen on Curry. Napier passes to Davis. McCollum up top, guarded by Barea. Aminu, no one around him. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And now it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead. LA is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Kobe, you've made no bones about patterning your game after Michael Jordan. You watched him while growing up. Can you give us a little insight into the impacts of what he meant to you and how he formed you in some ways?
Sure. Well, I think most players growing up, at least my generation, probably watched them play and saw all of the fancy plays, the dunks, the highlights, and things of that nature. What I focused on was how he got there. The moves, the timing, the fundamentals, the spacing, the rhythm. That's what I studied meticulously. And so when I watched him play, I think I watched him play a little differently than others. Having not going to college and all these other things, growing up overseas, I had to learn the fundamentals by watching and observing the greats, and to the most minute detail.
The first free throw is good.
And the evolution of McCollum has been fun to watch, and he's not done yet. I mean, an efficient guard who shoots the lights out.
He hits both from the stripe. Lakers trail by 11. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Kuzma. Lays it up off the glass.
I mean, this D is a joke. It's way too passive. They got to get a body on him when he's on his way to the bucket.
McCollum kicks to Collins. There's the pick. Over Smith. Here's Davis. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And from the line, he's knocking it down about 71% of the time, and that's a percentage that needs to go up.
So it's the Lakers now, a 12-point game. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
And that's one of those games where I just felt the attitude going in was wrong. I think they believed what was being said about them in the press, and that was a game that they just couldn't win.
Well, also, when you're a monster underdog, you have to play like a monster. You have to be aggressive, really physical. I didn't think they brought that level of intensity.
Here's Napier following the bucket by the Lakers. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. From the arc. They get it back. Goes back up. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. Back to the action after this word. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And looking at what we've seen, Trailblazers pretty much in control here.
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Oh, yeah, this is how they squeezed out extra possessions and captured the early lead.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Portland, McCollum and Aminu are out on the perimeter. Davis is out there with Collins, and it's Napier in at the point. Here's Kuzma. Now here's Ennis. Not a lot of room. They set the pick. The pass to Smith. 4 on the clock. Over Aminu. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Smith's got 5 now. You look back to the final game as a player, Kobe, all the emotion that was building up for that moment. Then you go out and score 60 points. Surreal moment. Did you ever think for any moment that maybe I've got 1 year left in the tank after that 60-point performance?
You know what? It wasn't a matter if I had another year in the tank. It was just, I just don't want to do this anymore. I wake up in the morning, my body's sore. And, that 60-point game was everything I had left for that year. And to be able to have to reboot that and reset the system all over again, no thank you.
People don't see that side of it, do they?
No, they don't. But it's just, nor do we want them to, right? We want them to appreciate being entertained and coming to a game and taking their mind off of whatever it is they want to take their mind off of. It's an opportunity for them to escape And that's what we provide. So that's completely fine.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Fellas, Al-Farouq Aminu has established himself as a great defensive player, and he wants that recognition. He said, "My goal every year is to be Defensive Player of the Year. I want to guard 1 through 4 and even 5 sometimes. I want it to be known that I'm a great defender, and I want the league to recognize that." Kevin?
Thanks, David. Aminu continues to prove his worth on the defensive end. His length and quickness certainly hard to deal with. Pass to Kuzma. Over Collins. No good off the front iron.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Davis. And finally they hit one. Davis has got his second basket of the night.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
And the Lakers call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And Kobe, did the Laker front office ever talk to you or just brush an idea past you to get your opinion on things, whether it be a trade or a free agent signing or whatever?
No, we never really did that. We never had that kind of working relationship. And I think it's actually better that way because then it enables me to have a better relationship with the guys where they know I'm not involved in those decisions. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because if so, it makes it weird. In that relationship, guys get traded and teammates are looking at you and it's hard for them to trust you and all sort of stuff. The most conversation I had was with Dr. Buss in this very shaky time.
Yes.
Where I voiced my concerns and he said, listen, I promise you, you see the right trade, we will pull the trigger and I'm going to do everything I can to get you a championship. I promise you that. And after he said that, I trusted him completely. That was that. And then the following year, he made a beautiful trade for Pau Gasol.
He sure did.
Watch out. Watch out. And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play.
He gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and it throws a shot off.
Ball no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Lillard dishes to Turner. Back to Lillard. A lot of different ways to lead in the NBA, Kobe. It seems like your leadership style evolved over the course of your career. Talk about that aspect of your game.
Well, in the first half of my career, I was more of a tactician, more floor general. And then the second half of my career, I had to really start thinking about the emotions of the group and connecting with the group more and thinking more outside in as opposed to inside out. But I was also, I was very tough on the guys. I wasn't there to make new friends. I was there to help you be the best player you can be to help us win a championship.
Was it tough sometimes to have a guy that you were close to take some harsh criticism?
No, because the goal is what? To win a championship. This is why we're here. This is why I'm sitting in this leadership position. I owe it to the team to help us get in that direction. We can sit here and be nice to each other and tell each other what we think we want to hear. And then at the end of the season, we can all hug each other and say, you know what, we'll get them next time.
The first one falls. And the trend around the league, Kobe, is more offense, more three-pointers, certainly spacing, fluid offense. Scoring is up around the league in a measurable way from, it seems like, year to year. Do you like the way this is trending, or do you think the NBA should maybe put a governor on this, harness it in just a little bit?
Well, I think it'll swing back to the way,
Do you?
Yeah, because the game has gone through that progression before. And, it's constantly evolving. And so I think you'll see it swing back eventually. You'll have a couple teams that are just big and may have a dominant post player, and all of a sudden you're going inside, and then that team will win a championship, and then the rest of the teams in the league will try to copycat the way the game is played that way. Then things will swing back. So it's just natural evolution of the game, I think.
Ball kicks to Bogut. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here. And Kobe, how did you learn to watch tape? Because there are guys now watching tape, and they'll just go, and you wonder if it's really even sinking in.
Trial and error.
Yeah, right. But really, that was it.
Trial and error. You start looking at things, you start saying, man, like if I'm watching an edit on a player, and I watch one particular game, and then I look at the next game, and he's doing the same thing. And the next night, he's doing the same thing. Hold on, let me go back and watch. And then you start looking for consistent behaviors or patterns in their behavior. And then you think, okay, maybe that's something that's a tendency for him. Let me go back and check. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles. Oh, my God. Yeah,
there
that's
it is.
it.
There's the pattern.
Right, so what if I interrupt him between his first and second dribble and throw him off a rhythm? What'll happen then? Right? What if I know he's going to go 1-2, turn right shoulder? I let him go 1-2. Now I jump to his right shoulder. Now you can't turn there. What happens then? Right? You throw him off of their pattern.
And that one's good. Lillard. Hey, Kobe, in recent years, we've seen a lot of players choosing in free agency to join up, join forces, join friends, other talented players. Think of Durant and Golden State, the big three.
Oh! And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. Cullen passes to Lillard. Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. Conley kicks to Lillard. Lets it go with the 3. Here's Vonleh. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
Here's Ball. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Hey, Kobe, after dedicating pretty much your entire life to the game of basketball, a game that I know you love, you said you don't miss it. Why is that?
Well, because I've been through that process. I started playing a game when I was like 2 years old, and playing professionally for 20 years, and I left no stone unturned. So there's no regrets there. I've done everything I could possibly do, and truthfully, the game is still with me. The discipline has changed. The industry might have changed, but the same approach, the same things that I've learned from the game, I carry with me to this day. So the game is still inside of me.
Fry dishes to Barnes. He kicks it to Ball. There's a screen. Back to Barnes. Trying his luck deep. Drains it from beyond the arc. Barnes has got 9 points now in the quarter. Kobe, any chance you might coach or might be a consultant to an organization, for instance?
Nah,
not at all.
Listen, players reach out to me and they'll call me and I'll give them advice, and I like it better that way as opposed to being tied down with one particular franchise. And I like what I'm doing now. And any player from all over the world can reach out, and I'm there for them in terms of providing advice or counsel.
Well, the story got out last year in the playoffs that Isaiah Thomas and you had some conversations.
Yeah. Well, he reached out and had some questions about how to approach that particular series, and I just said, send me over the film. What are you looking at? And I'll tell you. I'll take a look at it and I'll tell you what I see, and then you can go from there.
Nurkic in the post, covered by Barnes. Count the basket. And it's 6 points for Nurkic.
He just needs some time to warm up. After a difficult first period, he has turned on the Jets in the second quarter.
Some say, Kobe, that the shooting guard crop in the NBA right now, a little light in terms of depth, not quite as many top 2 guards as we used to see play the game. Who do you like among some of the 2 guards you see now in the NBA?
Well, it depends who we're considering a 2 guard.
Right,
now,
because they just blend,
twos,
don't they?
The threes, they all just blend.
Combo guards are playing some forward position. It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. So, shooting guards to me are guards that have to do everything. You have to be able to play the post. You have to be able to play the perimeter. You have to be able to play the point. You have to do everything. So I'll put Russell Westbrook in that category. I'll put James Harden in that category. I'll put Kawhi Leonard in that category. There's a lot of players I'm forgetting. Even Giannis, I would say, is a two guard because of what he does.
Yes.
So there's a lot of talented guards out there.
Did you like the ball in your hand, bringing it up, or would you have rather someone else bring it up, then get it to you in the half court, and then do what you did?
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm jealous about Michael. Because Michael didn't have to do that. He had Pippen.
Yes, right, who always brought it up.
Yeah, so he could focus on coming off the screens and catching and shooting. He didn't have to think about facilitating first. He could think about scoring and then passing out of double teams.
Free throw good, Damian Lillard. And Kobe, you talked about coming off screen. Some guys come off a screen and kind of just lollygag. You came off and you pass the ball and then get back at it again. Yeah.
Efficient.
Explode off those screens.
Angles, right?
Yes.
You got to be able to read those things. And when you're catching, you're in attack mode all the time. But then that's demoralizing to the defense.
I'm sure it is.
Because you're always on.
Yeah.
You're always looking. You're always checking. You're always in fear that he's going to attack. So, yeah, we always try to keep our foot on the gas.
Always.
Or foot on the throat.
Yeah.
One shot.
Portland leading. You know, Kobe, you played 20 years in the NBA. Sports medicine and training becoming increasingly important for extending careers, keeping guys on the floor. How far has that science come in the time from you when you entered the league until the time that you retired last year?
Well, it helped me play 20 years.
Yeah, right.
You know?
But different methods all the way, huh?
Different methods all the way. I mean, it's when I first came in the league and understanding what sports medicine was at the time and the research on recovery, and as the years went on, more science research started coming out on the benefits of contrast therapy, of ice baths, and surgical procedures. Like, you know, if I would have ruptured my Achilles years ago, I never would have come back from that. You know, now, you know, my Achilles, even as I sit here today, it's like I never hurt it.
No kidding.
It's amazing.
Out to Turner, tries yet again, and he hits the jump shot. Turner's got 6 points.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
And Kobe, in your opinion, what's been the common thread for all these advances in sports medicine?
I think it's the minds. It's the minds of people in medicine that are constantly pushing the industry forward. And, you know, it's our responsibility and the team's responsibility to find these great minds and turn them loose, right? And trust them with the process, trust them with your athlete. But the key is you have to find the right ones.
Again, the miss by Lillard. Lakers trail by 4. Fires for 3. Kept alive. Fry makes it off the glass. Fry's got his second basket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
And the chance to draw up a great play. I mean, this is a chess match at work.
And the Lakers with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Bogut. Smith comes in for Channing Frye. And Curry subbed in for Ball. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Ed Davis is checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Vonleh. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Evan Turner. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Smith against Aminu. Barnes outside. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Barnes has got 21.
He played a very solid first quarter, and now he's taking it up a notch here in the second.
Curry against Lillard. And it falls over the rim and in. Lillard's got 10 points in the quarter.
He is dominating this quarter. He sees a soft spot in the D, and he's attacking it.
Well, Kobe, I know you've got to go, but it's been a real treat for you to join us tonight. I know our fans have all enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me, man. Looking forward to doing this again.
The great Kobe Bryant. You know, Greg, it's amazing to think back on Kobe's career, but to hear the perspective and context in a broadcast setting like this, it's an awful lot of fun, isn't it?
It really is. And you know, the depth of knowledge from the kind of career Kobe has had, the ups and downs, and the wisdom gained through that experience really shows in him as a person, not just a basketball player. He's one of the truly special people who've given so much to the game of basketball.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
For Los Angeles, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Barnes.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And once he gets into a groove like that, you can just count him.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Napier. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Lillard outside. Collins stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. Correa. He got it!
Oh, wow.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, incredible buzzer beater there, guys. This crowd is going wild.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Los Angeles on top. They finish off the second quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
We just got to compete. Keep competing, trust each other, and make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Harrison Barnes led the way in the first half. He had 25 points and 1 steal. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, I see a team that's playing smart, moving the ball around to the open man, just taking what the defense gives them. There's a nice flow, a nice energy, a nice synergy to the game.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
That's it for now, as the second half's just about ready to go.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. And Harrison Barnes has really been making it happen, guys.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up a bunch of trips to the line.
Well, and a few times he's done a good job of initiating contact, yet getting the foul call on the defender.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Ball runs point with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to his side. They're the backcourt. Harrison Barnes is out there with Channing Frye. And it's Bogut in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. And Chris, when you played, you were known as a guy at your size who could rip and run, take it coast to coast. You look around the league now, who are some of the best big men ball handlers
Oh, you love it. If you get that board, you got to be able to take it, speed up the offense. We've seen Draymond just have a field day doing it with all the players on his team that can knock it down and score. Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis. We've even seen Paul Millsap and Julius Randle do it a little bit. So I love the fact that if you can get that board and push it, it makes it easier because you don't have to look for the outlet. You can actually find that point guard, that two guard in transition, and let them score, and you be the facilitator.
And Lillard kicks to Turner, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his third assist on the night. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, the Portland Trailblazers are developing a great chemistry for a young team. Damian Lillard takes the team to San Diego every September for bonding purposes, and he told me how much we like each other, how much time we spend around each other. That shows you a team that is really together. It is a unit. We have each other's back. Kevin?
And it's critical to establish camaraderie early on. Thank you, D.A. Sounds like Lillard has this team headed in the right direction.
Well, Lillard is just an intelligent player, someone who uses the screen to get open so he can fire.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Ball kicks to Caldwell Pope over McCollum. That's good from Caldwell Pope on the assist by Ball. Ball's got 6 assists now in the game. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Lillard left side, outside Turner. There's the dish to McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Nurkic a screen on Caldwell Pope. Here's McCollum. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. McCollum's got 11.
Solid start to the half for them. 3 of 4 from the field now.
Ball kicks to Bogut. Fry at the elbow. Screen by Bogut. There's the pick. And stolen by Vonleh. Turner against Barnes. And Turner kicks to Lillard. Back to Turner. Vonleh setting the pick for Turner. He feeds it to Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that. When he gets the separation he needs, I know he would love to have that one back.
And here's Barnes for 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Now here's McCollum. 11 points in the game. 3-pointer, Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Ball, the pass to Barnes. Shoots over Turner. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. That's 29 points for Harrison Barnes. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Nurkic against Bogut. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
He's giving them a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling for him.
Lakers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Caldwell Pope kicks to Fry. They set the pick. Back to Caldwell Pope. For 3, hits the 3-point bomb. Caldwell Pope's got 12 in the game.
Well, it's nice to have an option like him every time down the court.
Here's Lillard. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Lillard, just an outstanding player. A guy you can count on to score in the post thanks to his quick release.
Ball, the pass to Fry. Nurkic against Bogut. Ball dishes to Fry. Bogut sets a screen for Barnes. From beyond the arc. Vonleh with the rebound. Vonleh's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Damian Lillard said he's committed to finishing his career in Portland, title or not. He's invested in this franchise.
Well, team first, though. That helps all the players buy in. And new additions have to fall in line with the example he set. He said the culture won't change because he won't allow it to happen.
Here's Barnes. Off the left rim and out. Trailblazers trail by 3. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. The Lakers with the rebound. Bogut's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Ball, the pass to Caldwell Pope. He dishes it to Barnes. Turner comes with the double team. Now Ball. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And if you're the D, you can't let Ball have that kind of room to shoot the basketball, especially from the mid-range area where he is proven to be so efficient.
There's a good screen. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. Drills the three-pointer. Lillard's got 28 points for the game.
Oh, he hasn't lost his touch at all. Great shooting performance from him.
Ball kicks to Caldwell Pope. From the line, it doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Turner. Portland trailing here. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Here's Vonleh, and it's sent back by Bogut.
And with that condor-like wingspan, Bogut says,
Wasted no time on that one. And it's 7 points for Lonzo Ball. Portland's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Now a timeout called by Portland. A player who measures his impact, Greg, on the game at the defensive end, the 7-footer Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, and it's interesting. He said he was a horrible defender at the University of Utah. Soaked up the game from the great defenders in the NBA, learning defensive 3 seconds, when to go, when not to. He's a master now.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Davis is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Collins comes in for Vonleh. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Evan Turner. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Now here's Barea. Defense is right there. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Kuzma can't get it to go. Trailblazers trail by 4. And Lillard kicks to Napier. Davis sets a screen. Lillard against Curry. Off the pick. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Los Angeles has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Smith, the pass to Kuzma. To the right side. Now here's Barea. Tight defense on him. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Now it's a 6-point Laker lead. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And that one's good. Lillard.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
They set the pick. Pass to Kuzma. Over Collins. Portland grabs the miss.
Oh, he shows some true grit there, battling through the defense, but they were ready for him all the way there.
Aminu dishes to Collins. Smith against Aminu. Lillard up top. He's got 31. But they'll get another chance.
They are really crashing the offensive glass, and it's paying off for them. Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Lakers. Now here's Barea. D right on him. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Off target from three-point range.
Oh, man, you can't get much better look from three-point range than that one. That just wasn't in rhythm.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Here's Napier. And there's the feed to Lillard. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Just 5 on the clock. Aminu with a screen on Smith. And it's Lillard missing. Lakers leading by 3. Barea kicks to Smith. Passes to Barnes. Over Davis. And that one goes long. Portland's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Here's Napier. Barnes grabs the miss. Los Angeles has gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Curry passes to Zubac. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
They set the pick. Lillard against Curry. Lillard attacking. Shoots over Barea. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Lakers in the lead. Lets it go from 14. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Lillard's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Lets the 3 fly. Hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got 34.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hands.
Barea kicks to Smith. Back to Barea. And Al-Farouq Aminu gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. The Lakers making a switch here. Ennis is checked in. Screen by Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Collins, good.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Ennis with the ball. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Barnes outside. Good work defensively by Lillard. Third quarter comes to a close and a battle brings it to a tie. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, listen, our activity's good. You get in the paint, get an offensive rebound, kick it out for a 3. All right, let's go.
Terry Stotts looking to play a little inside out, it sounds like. Really understands the modern game, guys. You've talked about that. He's really locked in there.
Yeah, I mean, to get an offensive rebound and kick it out for 3, that's the opposite of old school. But teams are making it work in a big way.
And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. On the floor for Portland, the incredible pair of Lillard and McCollum are at the 1 and 2. Collins is out there with Davis, and it's Aminu in at the 3. Back to Lillard to take the lead. Here's Davis. They shoot again. The putback. It's good on the putback. Collins has got it all tied up now for Portland.
And you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
Ennis dishes to Caldwell Pope. Zubac's with it. Davis is on it. The drive by Barnes. Great D that time from Davis.
Hard to tell if he's just lacking energy in the second half, but it does not look like he's himself out there.
Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
Here's the screen. Dishes it to Curry. Ennis in the corner. And stolen by Lillard. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. And that one, good. Now it's a 4-point Portland lead.
And it's good to see McCollum working on becoming a better defender, using his quick hands to wipe the ball away.
Feeds to Ennis. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Zubac's with it. Davis is there. Just 5 to shoot. Caldwell Pope for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Caldwell Pope's got 12 points here in the second half.
He's making shots from that area, and the D is not respecting his range. They better respect it now.
They set the pick. Here's Davis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Ed Davis out of North Carolina, the 10th pick back in the 2010 draft.
Yeah, now 6'10", a little undersized for the center position, but he finds a way to get it done. A strong rebounder, and he knows how to finish at the rim.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
The first free throw is good. And the Lakers, Greg, for a long time could rely on the lure of Los Angeles to draw top free agents. History does a lot, it seems.
Yeah, Paul George listing them on his short list shows they still have that pull, but the Lakers will be big players in free agency, I believe, in the near future.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Andrew Bogut checked in for Zubac, and Channing Frye's subbed in for Curry.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
Ennis kicks to Caldwell Pope. And there's the pass to Barnes. Banked in off the glass. Barnes has got 31 points.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Here's Turner. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Lakers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Ennis kicks to Barnes. Pass to Fry. And here is Barnes. Caldwell Pope on the wing to take the lead. Portland grabs the miss. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that will be the first game of 5 straight at home. LA has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Puts it up from 15. No good that time. And it's Portland the other way. Now, here's Lillard. Over Ennis. Second chance shot, and it's Davis laying it in. Davis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
Kicks to Barnes. And Evan Turner pulls it down.
They came close there to tying it up.
Oh, you just hate to miss out on those kinds of opportunities, especially coming down the stretch. He continues to be their go-to guy. If they close this game out, his stamp will be all over this room.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Barnes kicks to Caldwell Pope. There's a screen. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
He has come out strong to begin this half and has really found his stroke.
Portland leading by 3. And Lillard kicks to Turner. Lillard outside. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes. Ball's checked in for Ennis. And a switch here also for Portland. Vonleh's checked in for Ed Davis. And here's McCollum for 3. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Caldwell Pope outside. To the middle. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Barnes.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And Lillard kicks to Turner. Collins, a screen on Barnes. And stolen by Barnes. Now the Lakers on the break. Oh, and the dunk by Barnes.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Here's Turner. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Well, Turner has a reliable mid-range shot. This is where he likes to operate. He looks comfortable shooting from here.
Lakers trail by 4. Ball kicks to Caldwell Pope. There's a good screen. The dish to Barnes, and stolen by Vonleh. Lillard outside. It's Turner, high post. Lillard outside. Back to Turner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's McCollum. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Caldwell Pope outside. No good from outside.
Some very slack defending. Playing with fire to leave him that open beyond the arc.
Lillard outside. Over ball. And Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got 39.
Better respect the mid-range game of Lillard. I mean, he looks so fluid shooting the ball from here.
Ball, the pass to Fry. Screen by Bogut. Back to Fry. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And Lillard kicks to Turner. Collins, a screen on Bogut. Here's Turner. No good off the back of the rim. Lakers trail by 4. Pass to Bogut. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Lillard. It's deflected.
And Ball using those long arms to just swat away that shot. I love the hustle. Always nice to have a point guard who can block shots.
And Portland making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. Los Angeles on D. There's the pick. Screen by Nurkic. Clock at 6. Turner dishes to Nurkic. He gets that one. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Turner has great awareness. He knows one of his guys is open. He gets the pass over to him quickly.
Ball kicks to Bogut. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Screen by Bogut. Shoots over Nurkic. Moves back up. And Bogut with a nice basket inside. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 13 rebounds. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. Lillard with it. Now guarded by Ball. Back to Nurkic. It's stolen by Bogut. On the wing, Barnes. Turner covering. Here's Bogut. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close. And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Screen by Bogut. Caldwell Pope passes the ball. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Puts it up from 12. Not going to go that time. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Caldwell Pope against McCollum. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Portland called for the foul.
Well, you really like seeing Caldwell Pope earning these calls on the shot. I mean, it makes him that much more difficult to guard.
That free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. Just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
And Caldwell Pope drops them both. Here's Lillard. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. Turner with the screen. Now, here's Lillard. Guarded closely. He used that pick to get in close. That's 10 points for Nurkic.
Well, Lillard's so solid at moving the ball. When one of his guys has a clean look, he quickly gets it to him.
Screen by Bogut. Caldwell Pope kicks the ball. Five on the clock, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. .141 left here in the 4th quarter. Barnes dishes to Caldwell Pope. 6 to shoot. Screen by Bogut. Here's Ball. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
And he is proving to be a gamer. You got to expect Ball to look to score in these critical stretches of the game.
Screen by Nurkic. McCollum kicks to Lillard. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
McCollum is always aware. Fantastic skipping the ball over to the open man.
Lakers trail by 4. Caldwell Pope outside. Screen by Bogut. Here's Ball. Misses the 3. Portland's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the 4th. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. It's McCollum on the wing. Shoots over Ball. Here's Vonleh. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Timeout.
And now a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
.44 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And how about the confidence with which Ball plays? I mean, he just seems so much more comfortable taking and making those big shots. This guy is a flat-out winner.
shot. One shot.
And that one misses.
I tell you what, it's scary when you think about how much room Ball has to grow when you factor in how efficient he is already.
.36 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Caldwell Pope brings the double team. And Vonleh with the basket on the assist by McCollum.
Ooh, nice assist out of the double team. Staying cool under fire.
And the Lakers call time here. They're trailing by 6. 27 seconds left in the game. .27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Ball. And that one comes up a bit short. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. They've held a 12-point lead earlier, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. This one just all but in the books.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time.
It's Curry outside, cans the three. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and an intentional foul right there.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. Now the feed to Fry. The three. And so it's Portland winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. I mean, did we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. You know, we got a little more physical. You know, we did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.